Before I get to the meat of this video presentation, I would urge you all to read Mr. Doyle's posting in the Quora forum concerning last year's presidential election contest between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. I've pasted the full text below. After you read it in its entirety, come back here and we'll pick up where we left off. So for now, please pause this video and take a look at what he wrote. Thank you. Now, over the course of the last 18 months, I basically wrote everything Mr. Doyle wrote in the accompanying textual material below, and I wrote it repeatedly, though nowhere near as well as he did. But I will now take it a few steps further. I will now play the what-if game. I will attempt to figure out what would have happened if the Democratic Party had not taken this misstep and lost its way. What if we had realized back in 2013 that we needed a young, charismatic candidate to generate the same sort of excitement and enthusiasm that we correctly perceived we needed back in 2007, when once again the Democratic establishment was assuring us that Hillary Clinton was the answer to all our political needs? I start with the following premise. Barack Obama's 2012 win is a valid and informative example of the bare minimum a Democratic presidential candidate needs to win the presidency today. After all, Obama did not do as well in 2012 as in 2008. He lost two states that were his in 2008, Indiana and North Carolina. He almost lost the states of Florida and Ohio, with Romney coming a bit closer than some thought he would. In other words, positing that a reasonably appropriate and capable Dem presidential candidate in 2016 would get results roughly equivalent, at least, to those of Obama 12 is not at all a wildly far-fetched or impossibly optimistic hypothesis. So if the Dems had nominated a more befitting candidate who at least minimally fit the political times better than the somewhat hapless Clinton, what do the 2012 and 2016 returns together tell us about how it might turn out? The best metric that I've seen anyone propose as a basis for such a what-if exercise is that of the raw vote number. This suggestion comes from Chuck Todd. The application of that metric is simplicity itself, and it consists of answering this one perfectly straightforward question. How did Clinton do in each state in 2016 compared to Barack Obama in 2012? Armed with that question, here's what we find. In the state of Florida, Clinton did even better than Obama 12, receiving 106% of Obama 12's vote total. So we would leave Clinton's numbers in place in the Sunshine State. Trump wins that state fair and square applying this standard, since he receives more votes than even Clinton did in 2016. In the state of Ohio, Clinton did noticeably worse than Obama, receiving only 85% of Obama 12's vote total. Nevertheless, even if the 2016 Dem presidential candidate receives Obama 12's vote total, Trump still wins, since Trump outpolls both Clinton 16 and Obama 12 in the state of Ohio. But now we get to a rather bitter pill for Dems, particularly for those like me who repeatedly expressed skepticism about nominating Clinton in the first place. There are critical states where substituting Obama's 12 numbers for Clinton's 16 numbers flips the state. In Iowa, Clinton received 79% of Obama's 12 vote total. Clinton received about 650,000 votes compared to Obama's 820,000 votes. Iowa gave Trump about 800,000 votes. Advantage Dem. Electoral college total flipped, 6. In Wisconsin, Clinton received 85% of Obama's 12 total. Clinton received about 1.4 million votes compared to Obama's 1.6 million votes. Wisconsin gave Trump about 1.4 million votes. Advantage Dem. Electoral college total flipped, 10. In Michigan, Clinton received 88% of Obama's 12 total. Clinton received about 2.3 million votes, compared to Obama's 2.6 million votes. Michigan gave Trump about 2.3 million votes. Advantage, Dem. Electoral College total flipped, 16. In Pennsylvania, Clinton received about 2.93 million votes, compared to Obama's 2.99 million votes. Pennsylvania gave Trump 2.97 million votes. Advantage, Dem. Electoral College total flipped, 20. If we accept this method of answering the what-if question, then the ultimate 2016 outcome is Dem candidate Electoral College votes 284 and Trump Electoral College votes 254. Advantage, Dem. Yes, a close election. And Dems would have had to work hard, just as they did in 2012. But it is eminently winnable when not saddled with a candidate with high negatives, who is significantly out of step with the political tenor of the times. So what do Dems do going forward? If we look at this hypothetical 284-254 election, the one that should have been, where we substitute Clinton's 16 numbers with Obama's 12 numbers in some states, we see the following. Assuming we have 258 safe Dem electoral votes, our wins are narrowest in the states of Pennsylvania by 0.3 of a point and Iowa by 1 point. Those states make the difference between victory and defeat. What are the implications of that? The implications are that we are weakest in the Dems' Midwest blue wall, where Hillary left us with a gaping hole. By making that hole, she also managed to jeopardize this precious gift of the multicultural and diverse Obama coalition, which won us the presidency not once but twice. Our first priority, therefore, at this point, is to repair that hole. Forget about diversity. Forget about Stan Greenberg's rising electorate. We need to repair Hillary's damage in the older, whiter Rust Belt, which means a young Rust Belt populist. Who might that be? Yes, I have some ideas, but I don't want to do all the talking. Who do you think might fit that bill? Look, I'm not opposed to reaching out to the Obama coalition. In the Veep spot, I'm more than happy to look at some of the young, charismatic, diverse Democratic leaders on our bench, promising newcomers like Kamala Harris and Julian Castro. But at the top of the ticket, we need to repair what ails us, and right now it is the Rust Belt what ails us. What do the Dems and strategists think? Thanks.